Well, good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Judy Simpson. We have an array of holiday cooking ideas for you, along with a kitchen full of chefs. On this side, of course, Carolyn Peak from Williamstown, and over here is Heather Fisher and her son Caden and daughter Eliza from Colchester. And of course, right next to me is Lynn Jarvis from South Hero. It is our last show for 2013, and we thank you all our loyal viewers who sent us cards and letters letting us know how much you enjoyed Across the Fence. And everybody, let's hold up some of those letters that we've gotten and over the past few months. Thank you all, and be assured that each one is read and sincerely appreciated. Now, you may recall in last month's program, we offered 2 cookbooks on how to make perfect pies. Well, the free drawing has been held, and the winners are Bradford Benjamin, who lives on Howe Hill Road in South Royalton, and Mrs. Paul Cummings on Washington Street in Fairhaven. Congratulations to you both. You'll receive your cookbooks by mail in plenty of time for holiday cooking. Enjoy them. Our Next in the Kitchen with Across the Fence segment is going to air on January 2nd, and 2 of you lucky viewers will win one of these Across the Fence mugs. We use them here at the studio as well as at home. At the end of the show, I'll let you know how you can get entered for a free drawing. Well, now, Heather, what have you got for us today?
Well, I have a lot of holiday recipes, so I'll get started.
Excellent.
We don't have much time. All right, I'm going to start with a viewer recipe. This was sent to us by Val Glover of Derby, Vermont, for this Parmesan artichoke dip right in front. What I liked about this recipe, I know we're always looking for recipes to bring to holiday parties. Often you need to bring something like an appetizer, and an artichoke dip is usually pretty popular. And what I like best about this one is that not only do you add the cream cheese, the mayonnaise, and the Parmesan cheese, you also add a little chopped red pepper and some mild green chilies, just enough to give it some extra flavor. You can serve it like I did with some pretzel flats, or maybe some pita chips, or maybe some sliced bread, whatever you like, but it's sure to be a big hit at your holiday party, and I thank Val for sending in that recipe. I'm going to move right next to another appetizer. I have these Christmas tree pita appetizers, and you can tell they're really fun, great for kids, and they look really nice for the holiday season. These are very easy to make. You take some pitas, and the original recipe did not ask you to grill them. It had you just serve them regular, but I grilled them a little bit on both sides to give them a little toasty crunch to them. And you top them with a mixture of guacamole and sour cream, and stick in this little pretzel rod and add some red peppers, and you've got these cute little Christmas trees that you can have as an appetizer for your holiday parties or meals. I'm going to move next to another recipe that I got from a friend and neighbor, Jess Clark of Colchester. She sent me this recipe shared with me this recipe for cranberry cobbler. And again, what I love about it is it adds a lot of color for the holidays. And she said this is very easy to make. You basically make a traditional cobbler with eggs and flour, butter, sugar, and put that into a pie plate, and then just toss it with a little fresh cranberries and sugar, scatter those right on top, bake them in your oven for about 35 minutes, and I will take a slice out so you can see. You can serve it just like this right here, with a little whipped cream maybe, or with a little ice cream, but it adds a really festive colors to your holiday table. And thank you, Jess, for sharing this recipe with me. I know that she said when she makes it, people always ask her for the recipe, so that's usually a sign that it's a big hit. All right, and for me, one of the things I like doing during the holidays is making food gifts. So I'm always looking for new ideas for food gifts. And this year I found a really great one for this pistachio cranberry biscotti. And what I like about this is you've got the green pistachios mixed with the red cranberries, and you get a really nice festive colors right in your biscotti, also that you can give as gifts like I've packaged here. Now, it's a fairly easy recipe, but biscotti generally requires multiple baking. So you make your dough, you shape it into a couple of 12 by 2 inch logs, and bake it once for about 35 minutes. Then you take it out of the oven, let it cool, and slice it again, and then bake it again for about 8 to 10 more minutes. And of course, you can see how I have it served here with a cup of tea, or you can package them up and give them away as gifts. One thing I'll have to say about pistachios is they are a bit expensive. You could interchange that nut with maybe a slivered almond or a sliced almond to make it a little bit cheaper, but I love the colors the pistachios and the cranberries make, and again, it's a delicious biscotti, great for gifts or parties. And I have Caden and Eliza here who have made some little Grinch appetizers with fruit. You've got the little green for the face, and the strawberry and the banana making the hat, and a little marshmallow at top. to make a nice little fruit appetizer, fun to make with kids, to share at your holiday party. So thanks, guys, for sharing and helping make those. And Carolyn's going to come in next with some more holiday recipes.
You know, and Caden's got me singing the Grinch song to myself. So.
All right, we'll let Carolyn get going with her recipe.
Well, I have several things that I found that I thought looked really good. I'm going to start with, ta-da, the slow cooker again. And this time it has hot mulled apple tea, which is a mixture of apple cider, strong tea, and then some spices and things like that. And so we'll just, you warm that, excuse me, you warm that up in your slow cooker, and you can leave it to serve right from there so people can get a nice warm drink on these cooler days that we're getting now. And you might want to stick a slice of lemon or orange on the side of it just to be decorative. But it's a nice way to get a warm drink when you've got lots of company coming. My next one, hiding back here, is my viewer recipe. This is cranberry apricot relish, and it is sent in by Dot Foster of Putney, and she says that this is her family's favorite holiday relish, and I can understand why. And it's very easy to make. It also can be made about 4 days in advance or frozen for later use. And it's just your cranberries, some chopped up dried apricots, and there's raisins in there. And then it's just, you know, some orange juice and some sugar, and you cook this until the cranberries pop, and then you just kind of stew it a little bit, let it thicken up, and you've got a fantastic cranberry relish for your holiday table. My next recipe is one that I did several years ago and got so many comments on it that I figured it was time to bring it back. And this is my ABC salad: apples, apples, broccoli, and cranberries. And then if you want to put a W on the end, that's walnuts. But you make a covering of vegetable oil, lemon juice, and sugar, and then you just add things together. And it's really a nice, brightly colored salad that you can have along with a meal. In fact, we had some, I made it for our family Thanksgiving dinner this year, and didn't bring very much home because what I hadn't used, my sister-in-law kept most of the rest of it because she really likes it. Next, I have, if I can put that so it doesn't fall off, a whipped cream pound cake. And this is nice because it makes two. Very easy. Again, it's just your butter and sugar and, you know, typical pound cake ingredients. And you bake that up. And, you know, like I say, you've got two, so you've got one to eat now, one to give away. And then you can either just have it plain, or I've got some strawberries to put onto it. You could probably use a pie filling to put over it if you wanted to. Anything that's going to be just a little fancier for your holiday table. Last but not least, I have one called Grandma's Christmas Bread. And this is made in the bread maker, although when I do bread maker things, I always take them out and bake them in the oven. I had never made it before, so I didn't realize how big it would go. So I think I may do it again and make 2 loaves with it instead of 1. But it's full of golden raisins, brown raisins, and dried currants. So it's really a nice, fruity bread to have for Christmas. Lynn.
It looks delicious.
Yes.
And I would have a piece as soon as we can get through with this.
Okay.
All right, Merry Christmas to you
and to
Howard.
you too,
Thank
yes.
you, thank you. Well, we want to echo what Judy said about appreciating all your cards and letters, and I just have to mention Alice Botsfield of Poultney. She said she enjoys her recipes to get new cooking ideas for her grandchildren. Then she says she's 88 years old. You're an inspiration, Alice. And now, I always enjoy hearing from people from my past, and this photo that you're going to see was sent in by a classmate of mine from grade school days down in Andover, Vermont. It was taken from his game cam near the house, and what an amazing photo to see these two bucks sparring with each other, and thank you for that. Now, I've mentioned that I get together with friends for Sunday potlucks up at the Anchorage in South Hero, and they occasionally sample some of the recipes I'm going to try for you here on Across the Fence. And here's a photo of two of them. This is my apple cranberry pie with raisins and those cranberry orange muffins, and both recipes got a thumbs up. So we will let you know how to get those recipes in just a minute. And quickly, I want to tell you that Will Michael, our producer, has scheduled another travel adventure that I've done. We'll be going to Belgium, Holland, and that will air on December 10, 11, and 12. And we'll arrive in Amsterdam just in time to see the blooms of the tulips. That's December 10, 11, and 12 for our next travel adventure. Now, today, all of my recipes come from you viewers because you send us your very best. And I'm going to begin with one that's an old-time Christmas favorite. It's these popcorn balls, and the recipe was sent in by Catherine Kennedy of Wallingford. And she's from Wallingford, as I said. And these popcorn balls, once you make them, they'll keep for days and days in an airtight container. And I hope you'll give these a try. And I saw that Caden had his eye on these. So Caden, come in and get a sample of these. And you can try them before the WCX staff gets here. No, just take the whole bowl. That'll be fine. They were very good. I had to have a couple before the taping already. Moving on, Gwyneth Fortin of Sheldon Springs sent us her maple fudge recipe. It's the real flavor of Vermont. It makes a great gift to take if you're going to send something to out-of-town family and friends. And this box is all ready to take to the post office just as soon as we're through with the taping today. Thanks, Gwyneth, I think she says her name is G-Y-N-E-T-H, for this recipe. Now, my main dish comes from Jess Pastor up in Hyde Park, and it's casserole, and he says he's been making this for over 40 years for his family for Christmas Eve, and thank you for sharing this, Jess. And he didn't give it a name, so I'm calling it Pastor's Casserole. And what it is over a lemon rice, you put a mixture of tomatoes, onion, garlic, cream cheese, spices, and crab meat, and you can use the artificial crab to make it less expensive. Bake at 350 for half an hour, and you have a wonderful treat for your Christmas Eve get-together or any time during the year. Now, I've been reading in my cooking magazines that Jell-O salads are coming back into vogue, so I decided to make this Christmas wreath ring. It's a recipe from Catherine Marshall of Waterbury. And into the green jelly, you put a mixture of cream cheese and whipped cream with some chopped nuts and crushed pineapple. And I decorated mine with some holly from the backyard, and you can be creative and decorate yours in any way you wish. Now, Donna Barkham of Colchester sent us our dessert recipe, and if you like eggnog, you're going to really enjoy this. It's an eggnog pie, and you'll want it on your Christmas table. Into the mixture for the center, you put some gelatin, eggnog, and walnuts with some nutmeg. Boil it up until it thickens, and then just before serving, you want to put on some dollops of whipped cream and this raspberry sauce. This is just delicious, and I wish you were all here to sample this along with us. And finally, my last recipe comes from Donna Waldron of Colchester. It's her warm mulled cranberry juice. We're going to toast all you viewers happy holidays with this at the end of the show. And Judy, it has a little spices in it and tastes warm and good on a cool winter night.
It looks absolutely delicious. Thanks to you and all of our chefs. As always, we have a couple of different ways for you to get the recipes. I want to tell you how to enter our free drawing for the Across the Fence mugs as well. To get the recipes online from the Across the Fence website, go to uvm.edu/extension and click on the link to Across the Fence. You'll find the recipes on the left-hand side of the webpage. To get the recipes by mail, please send $2 and a stamped self-addressed business-size envelope to Holiday Recipes, Box 188, South Hero, Vermont 05486. Please remember, if you're ordering the recipes, to include $2 and your self-addressed stamped envelope. And we'll use that envelope addressed to Box 188 as your entry for the free drawing for the ATF mugs. If you're not ordering by mail, simply send along your name, address, and phone number to the address on the screen, and that will enter you in our free drawing. Good luck to all of you. And just a reminder, please join us for our first show in 2014 where our chefs will be showing us some of their favorite recipes for the new year. That's going to air on January 2nd. To close, we'd like to toast all of you loyal viewers with Donna Waldron's mulled cranberry juice. Happy holidays from all of us here at Across the Fence and WCAX TV. Cheers, everybody.
Thank you.
For a video copy of today's program, call toll-free 1-888-ATF-3430. Across the Fence is brought to you as a public service by University of Vermont Extension and WCAX TV.